Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today. Make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think.
Good morning, cyber friends. Guess who's up at a decent time? Me, because we said time management. I got up this morning, about to get the day started, about to go to the gym, run some errands after the gym, come home, clean, and do whatever else I need to do for my blog, do some work, and all the things. But I'm happy to be up and happy to be moving around how I said I would. I still didn't sleep the best last night, but we will get that under control one day eventually. But I'm happy that I got what little sleep that I did. Very grateful. And I cannot wait to complete day 10 of this wellness journey. 20 more days left. And again, I don't want this to just be 30 days and I'm never taking care of myself again. That's not the plan at all. I am going to continue doing the things. I just wanted to be able to document it, have consistency in it, teach myself a habit. Again, it takes 21 days to build a habit. And I will, maybe we'll do a check-in on day 21 or something. I'll tell you if I truly feel dedicated, motivated to the cause that I have done the habit. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to the gym. We are going to cook today. We are going to meal prep today because today will be the last little bit of the food that I do have. We are going to do our journal prompt per usual. I'm going to bring back the reading of our book about attachment styles. I think I have like 20 pages or 30 pages left in the book, so I'm almost done with the book. But I want to go back and cover some ground again because you all haven't been reading the book with me. So I've seen some really good points in the book, like way in the beginning and things of that nature that I would love to bring to the forefront and talk to you all about. And that'll be our day, babes. So let's go ahead and get started so I can be on time. All right, let's go. All right, baby, let's get into this workout. Coming in strong. We're going to start the day off with the cardio. And I don't play about that incline. I don't play about that speed on that incline because we try to get sweating from the beginning and getting that heart rate up. And again, I do so many minutes of walking, and then I do me a quick little jog, and then I finish off. Again, what I am currently working on is I want a fat by tomorrow, okay? I want no waist. I want my back unbigged. So all of my workouts are geared towards that. And honestly, I've been enjoying the movements that I have been doing because I've had a trainer for 4 years and I don't train with her anymore. And she would make my plans and I would do 15 things on the list, but only feel 3 or 4 of them in my body. So now I'm taking the time to customize, going through what I felt like worked good for my body, where I'm feeling it the most at, where I'm wanting to feel it at. And I'm pretty confident in that. And when I say I've been working real hard, I've really been losing or burning between 600 to 900 calories on these workouts. Again, some stuff I am consistently doing every day. And some stuff I am picking and choosing and mixing and matching. But everything does go along with the theme of doing pretty much a full body. Whether I take out something and replace it, or only do it several times a week, it gets done. The core gets done. The buns get done. The back gets done. The arms get done. Everything is going to get done. And we're going to sweat hard. We're going to play hard. And it's going to feel absolutely amazing to the body. And again, I'm telling y'all, getting on that little vibration plate, I should be sore, real sore than I have been. But it has really been helping with that. It does not guys,
hurt.
It was another short time
for
us today, and I do apologize. Again, working on time management. I did get up earlier. You've got to give me credit for that. But somewhere along the lines, after running errands and going to pay rent and whatever the case may be, the girl was over it. I was going to do my full cooking today, but again, your girl was over it. So I just made myself a turkey burger. Again, wasn't going to waste your time with that. So I think third time's the charm. I am going to get up on time. I am going to go to the gym on time. I'm going to do all the things that I need to do. So we're going to do better. We're going to continue to do better. Again, time management is the theme of the week. And crazy how the week that I decide to be intentional about my time is where I start struggling the most with it. How odd is that? But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the prompt. Again, I think it's easier at this point to just follow the flow of the book, especially if I've started from a certain section instead of trying to just pick a random page. That's not going to work out too well. So this is the next page of this series after we've already done the first part. The second part yesterday, we did the part about the loneliness. That was the first part. We did the second part about showing up in spaces and having follow-up and trying to create friends, and we're going to further that today. She says, for me, friendship tends to happen gradually. It's a little bit like sliding down your car window to talk to someone new. Maybe at first you're conversing across an opening of just a few inches, a little cautiously, careful about how much you share. If you feel safe, if your new friend is hearing you, you might lower your window another inch or two and share more. And if that's good, you open it farther until eventually the window is fully down and the door gets opened, and suddenly there's nothing but fresh air between you. The simple truth is that making a friend involves taking a risk, which of course means swallowing a little fear. Friendship can be, at least at first, an emotional gamble, much like dating. You need to show something of yourself in order for it to work. And in showing yourself, you open yourself to being judged or even rejected. You have to be willing to accept the possibility that maybe, for a number of good reasons, you won't end up friends with the person after all. Especially during my time as First Lady, it wasn't exactly easy to lower my guard when anyone new came into my life. But I also understood what would happen if I didn't. I knew I'd end up feeling isolated, a little paranoid, and stuck in place with a limited view of the world outside of my walls. If I didn't drop my fears and open myself to new friends and new people, it would impact my ability to engage in my children's lives in a normal way. I wouldn't feel at home at school functions and potluck dinners. People wouldn't feel at home with me. And if others didn't feel at home with me, how would I ever be an effective First Lady? Staying open to people felt to me like a vital part of this new job. At the same time, I wasn't a particularly approachable friend living in the White House. Years later, when we could laugh about it, a friend I made during that time told me that knowing she'd be driving the family car up the stately access road that rings the massive south lawn of the White House to pick up her children from a play date with my daughters, she had gone out and gotten it washed. She'd also gotten her hair done and her nails. Never mind that the instructions had made clear she wouldn't be setting foot outside the car. I don't know at what point my friend grew comfortable enough to quit getting her car washed and her hair done ahead of her visits with me. But it started to matter less what either of us looked like, what sort of impression was being made. Slowly we shifted into realness, no longer viewing each other across a gulf of nerves or expectations, happy to sit on the couch with our shoes kicked off. Each time we got together, we dropped our guard a little bit more, laughed more easily, spoke more earnestly about our feelings. The risk diminished. I was safe with her, and she was safe with me. We were friends now, and we would stay that way. So the question that goes along with that is there anything you do around new friends or people you are newly dating that you give up once you get to know each other better and feel safe together? How do you feel when you're able to get to that stage of a relationship? Um, there is plenty things that I do, whether it be starting a new friendship or starting a new relationship. I think first impressions are very, very important. So, if we are hanging out for the first times, I am taking the time to find a cute outfit and be presentable. Versus now, how me and my best friend have been comfortable with each other for years. I can show up to her house in a bonnet and my pajamas on. But my first time meeting her, I absolutely would have not done such a thing. So, in the beginning, I definitely really care about my first impressions, how I am viewed, how you see me. I want you to be able to be comfortable with me in a public setting. I want you to be able to feel like you could take me anywhere. You could take me around your other friends. You could take me around your family, that I will be cordial and things of the nature. I will show you that I have manners and consideration for you. My love language is gifts. I definitely enjoy getting people gifts, showing them that I am paying attention to them, or if we are going to eat or something for the first time, I'm more than likely to pay for it or whatever the case may be. I think also that is when I am my most shyest self, my most reserved self, again, with that risk and not wanting the rejection. You don't want to overshare. You don't want to be overbearing. You don't want to be too loud. You don't want to be too unserious or too serious. Like, I'm just more of a reserved person. I say this all the time. I'm really quiet until I get to know you, and then after you get to know me, I cannot stop talking. I cannot stop being my wild, unapologetic, free self. And I think the other part of that question is, when do you get to the point of you stop doing those things? So, unfortunately for me, apparently my mic died, and you did not hear the last 10 minutes of that conversation. So, I'm trying to go off memory and see what it is that I was saying. I think I left off on the second part of the question is, when do you stop, or when do you know that you are comfortable enough to start being yourself and taking your wall down with your person or in friendships? When do you stop doing all of those things when you're first meeting people that signify you're still in that moment of, this is a risk and I don't want to be rejected? To me, honestly, I'm really a feeling kind of person. There's not something in particular or XYZ. Like, there's things that I need. Yes, I need to see if this person is loyal, if they are trustworthy, if I can talk to them about anything. What does it look like when I talk to them about things? Do I feel judged? Do I feel ashamed of myself after I just bared my soul to them? Do I feel like they laugh at me or talk about me behind my back? Like, there's characteristics that I need to see, but I don't really put people, I guess, well, friendships, through a test of like, all right, I need to see them be loyal for 3 months before I'm like, all right, I consider them as a friend, or whatever the case may be. I think more so, again, just that feeling based of, I feel comfortable around them. I feel like I can talk to this person about this. You know how you have some of those friends where, depending on the type of outcome you are looking for in the conversation, you know who to talk to and who not to talk to. I have two best friends. One I know that I can't talk to about certain things because she will definitely be very judgmental, versus the other best friend I know that I could talk to about things and it could be a learning moment. She could help me see it through another lens. I don't feel bad about myself. You have that one friend where, you know, as soon as they hear something, they're going to want to, fight, be angry. And then you have other friends where you know that you can come to them and they're going to talk to you in a calm manner and tell you how to handle things in maybe a more healthy way. I have friends that, like, if I tell them the first sign of something with somebody, they immediately stop talking to them. Just don't talk to them anymore. but I don't think that's realistic. Like, I truly want to see if this person is my person. I would like to give them the opportunity and time and space. And maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe we don't understand why each other feels this way or is doing certain things. As well as there's friends that again will have a more healthier standpoint. Well, I can see how that could be an issue that she's doing X, Y, and Z, but have you talked to her about it? So, there's different people that you can kind of talk to about stuff, but it takes, being around them enough to know and gather the vibes and gather that feeling. When I get to a spot where I feel like I'm completely comfortable around you, I'm completely safe around you, I can tell you anything. I want you to be at my house. I want us to hang out and do activities together. Hell, we can even be bored together. We ain't even got to do stuff. Like, I enjoy being at my best friend's house and us being bored together, or us just scrolling and randomly talking in moments and randomly eating together. Like, that's enjoyable to me. That's fun to me. But then on the flip side, like I said, when it comes to a relationship, a person that I am pursuing or dating or things of that nature, I am more stricter. If I'm being honest with you, I am more anal. I do need to see that consistency of you being trustworthy, honest, X, Y, and Z, and I need to see it frequently. Every moment that we are spending together, I'm deciding if I can continue this with you. And you have so many slip ups of you're not meeting the mark before I'm like, this isn't worth me pursuing anymore. Versus a friend, I'm more lenient, I'm more understanding of them. I've built enough rapport to know this is what they have going on in their life. If my best friend is to not talk to me for a couple of weeks, I don't just think to myself, we're not friends anymore. She doesn't like me. Da, da, da. I'm thinking to myself, she definitely got something going on, because this is not the usual. And I'll either, maybe wait for her to say something to me, or I will turn around and just to do a quick check-in, like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is school messing with you? Do you got family stuff going on? I'm here to talk whenever you're ready to talk. And she'll either, explain herself. Hey, girl, I just been so busy. Or, yeah, girl, it's a lot going down, but I'm gonna hit you up when I got time. So even just the little check-ins like that. But I attempt to extend that grace in relationships, but I will say it's a little bit harder for me. Not that I expect you to be perfect 24/7. If you are going to be my forever person, I need to see that you are reliable. And one of those things about relationships, just like one of those things about like being a parent to somebody, you are a parent 24/7. It does not turn off. If you have kids, I don't have kids, but if you have kids, you know that you cannot turn that off. You cannot turn off being a mom when you are sick. You cannot turn off being a mom when you are sad, mad, angry, all of the things. And I think relationships are in that same concept, especially when I look at my romantic relationship. You can't afford to not be my person and show up because X, Y, and Z is happening. Yes, I can give you time and I can give you grace, but that only depends on how transparent you are with me. A lot of people, when it comes to them being afraid to be emotionally available and things of that nature, they're not super transparent. They don't want to tell you all these bad things that they have going on in their life because of fear of judgment, or you wanted to distance yourself away from them, or just the rejection aspect of it all in general. So it's understandable, but I can only give you so much grace and extend X, Y, and Z if I understand what's going on. If I am completely left in the dark and I'm supposed to hold this space for you, it's not going to work. So to me, it's a feeling. When I feel like you are a good addition to my life, because there are times where I meet people and I'm just like, at first I thought I really wanted to be this woman's friend. And then you get deeper into the friendship and it's just like, yeah, that doesn't align with what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And again, you just see people's different character flaws and attributes. And not to say, again, that you can't be a perfect person, but some people are able to deal with stuff and some people aren't. Like, I had made a decent friend off social media, And I had enjoyed being her friend for a good couple of years. And then in one part of our friendship, she decided to start cheating on her girlfriend. And who am I to judge you? I don't have to agree with the stuff that you're doing, but I don't have to judge you on it as well. I do have to be like, I don't agree with that. I'm always gonna voice that, but I'm not gonna keep harping on you about it. You know what I'm saying? But then it got to a point where you're involving me, and I don't want to be involved in the toxicness of what you have going on with your girlfriend. Now you're putting me into your lies. You're sitting on the phone with me for hours at a time, and we're not talking about anything just because your girlfriend knows that we are friends and she doesn't suspect anything when it's just us talking with each other. And so you're sitting on the phone, you're using me, not talking, and you're texting, the person that you're cheating with the whole time. Like, I didn't like how that was feeling, how that was starting to make me feel about myself. It just got to a point where it was just too much involvement, too much toxicity for me. I don't like the feel that anxiousness, that adrenaline, that I'm a terrible person. So we did not get to continue being friends. And one thing about me, I will just up and decide I'm not messing with this no more, if I'm being honest with you. I really did wake up one day and I said, I don't want to be a piece of this toxicness that she has going on. And I literally woke up one morning, no goodbye, no nothing, and I blocked everybody involved. I don't want you to hear me say that and be like, she's an avoidant, she doesn't know how to talk things out and work things out. And that's not the case at all. There had already been a moment in our friendship where some things were transpiring, where I had to have a talk with her about how she was making me feel, and we were distant for a little bit, and we were able to get back on track. But I just feel like if stuff is continuing to go a certain way, I'm only going to have certain talks so many times, you know what I'm saying, before I feel like it's falling on deaf ears. But I'm not going to go too much onto that side of it. Anyways, you let me know, what are some of the things that you look for to where you feel comfortable, you feel safe with somebody? Or do you have a rubric? Do you need to see X, Y, and Z? Do they need to be doing it for however long before you're like, okay, I can initiate you into the club? What do you do? And we're going to end it here. Again, I'm so sorry. Again, because I did not know that the mic had died, so I'm going to be more conscious of that and paying attention to that. And I have 2 mics, so I'll make sure that both of them are charged frequently. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and thank you for stopping by for another day of my journey.